What's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, you must be exhausted.
I'm alright.
You all right?
It's my voice.
No worries. Well, have a seat, brother. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Whenever you are. Right on, man. Okay, guys. Johnny Alonzo here for Click on This. I'm at Ramshead Live in Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm with the special feature and event tonight. I'm with the spectacular Corey Feldman. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man.
Yeah.
One hell of a show, man.
Thanks. You enjoyed yourself?
We did the
Good.
whole entire time, and it was just a great event. I mean, it was almost like chapters of your life. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like a time capsule. You know, we take people on a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of dancing,
A
man.
lot of dancing.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Don't ever stop.
I don't know how you do it, man.
Well,
Seriously.
you know what's funny? I met Dick Van Dyke. I mean, I knew him. We
Yeah.
did a show together, actually a musical that we did together when I was like 7 years old.
Sure.
But I hadn't seen him in years and years, and I figured he would never remember me. And then I mentioned it to him, and I mentioned the name of things. He's like, yeah, of course, shut up. And so, anyway, I said, are you still dancing? And he says, of course. And he starts tapping and doing all this stuff, and he's like singing. He's got this little quartet. They're doing barbershop, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy's like 85 years old, and he's dancing. And he goes, you know what? Never stop. He said, as soon as you stop dancing, it's over. So never stop dancing.
Really?
I was like, you got it. Listen, I'm listening to you, man. You're the master. Right?
Apparently so. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Before we jump in, I've got to ask you. We got an email from a fan, and they wanted to know the connection between you, Steel Panther, some guy out of Boston, and a missing leather jacket. Can you verify any of this story?
All true.
Really?
All true.
All
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
It really is.
It was a crazy story. What happened was I did a special appearance at a Steel Panther concert.
Yeah.
And this was back when they were like super popular. They
Sure.
were they had a residency of House of Blues.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sunset Strip.
Yeah, man.
So, all the different celebrities would stop by and do whatever. So I went by a couple times and I did a few shows with them. And this particular show, I was wearing that Dream a Little Dream jacket that I had up on the stage.
Right.
And afterwards, we were in the green room, and he just, Ralph, the lead singer, invited in a bunch of fans.
Sure.
And so they kind of swarmed the room, and I had just gotten off stage and I was beating with sweat. So I put the jacket down, and all of a sudden, when I was in there, it was just him and I.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, a couple fans, we take a few pictures.
Oh, I
and
got
I turn
crowded.
around, And
Yeah.
then there's 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for pictures and autographs, and and I'm like, okay, time to go.
Gotta go.
So I go to grab my jacket, and it's gone.
Oh no.
So after that, it ended up, I went and I did a police report, and when I filed the police report, it just so happened that Michael Lohan was at the police station the same day doing a police report.
Great
So of
timing.
course it ended up all over TMZ and all over the world. So, but it became this big thing, help Corey find his missing jacket.
Yeah.
So there was literally rewards put out on the jacket for $10,000.
Wow.
Because Darren Julian had just appraised the jacket from Julian's auction house.
Check
And he
it out.
appraised it for $100,000.
Really?
So because he appraised it so high, he said, yeah, I'll put up the first auction, or the first reward, which would be $10,000.
Sure.
So that went on for about a year.
Yeah.
Nobody ever found it. Never, we figured it was gone. 3 years later, we get a call from TMZ who says some guy from Boston called us,
Oh.
and it was right after the marathon bombings.
Oh,
And he
wow.
said he's got your jacket. And I was like, come on. I didn't believe it was real. I said, send a picture of it.
Yeah.
And they sent a picture, and I was like,
That's it.
That's the one. So it turned out that he was actually a part-time nanny for the kids who were, in the bombing accident.
that's
One of the kids who
terrible.
passed away,
Oh, yeah.
and then the other kid who was badly injured.
Yeah, that's sad.
He was their part-time nanny, so he knew the family really well. So when I found out everything, I said, hey, we're going to do a fundraising thing. We'll raise some money for your friends,
Yeah.
and we'll fly you out to LA so you can come see our concert.
Oh, that's great.
And so he was like, okay, cool. So we flew out, we brought him out on stage,
Yeah.
kind of had him present the jacket.
Oh, that's
to me in front of
awesome.
everybody. So I
Yeah,
was really happy
it was a
story.
big thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Well, That's great. So that is legit.
That is legit. Too legit to quit, in fact.
How many years was that then? It had to have been at least over a year, right?
Oh yeah, no, that was
in the
like
making.
probably over the whole process.
Yeah.
Of when I
From-
lost it to when I got
to
it
get
back
it
was
back?
about 3-4 years.
Oh my God.
And then since then it's been about 5 years. So altogether this was like 8 years ago.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, let's fast forward then. Let's talk about choreology. Really quickly, I came out with choreography. Mixing it all up. Choreography.
Yes.
2012?
12, I think.
Yeah, about that. Amazing stuff. I mean, I touched on it a bit when I had to study for this interview. How's it going? I mean, how's the reception been? And is there going to be like a follow-up? Are you going to be?
Oh well, it was on the New York Times bestseller list
Yeah.
the very first week that it came out. So yeah. And then we've been planning to do a film version of it, but that hasn't really gone the way yet.
Right.
However, during the process of writing the film version, we ended up getting an offer to do a TV movie. So we actually turned not the book, but like kind of pieces from that, or chapters of my life anyway, which specifically focus on the two boys.
Sure,
so
yes.
we turned that into a film,
Wow.
which will be on the Lifetime Network. But that's about it for now. We
Sure.
will eventually, I think, do the film. And yes, I will probably be writing more books
hope
in the
so,
future
yeah.
because we only really covered half of the first half.
Right.
So I feel like we can do another book that would cover the other half of the first half.
Okay.
And then we'll do like 2 more from the later parts.
Wow. Well, you have a lot to say, man. I mean, obviously, now getting to the show, man, Corey's Angels.
Yes.
It's amazing stuff. I mean, it's all about what? Positive role modeling.
Positive energy,
Yeah,
love
man.
and light.
Love it. I love it. And I mean, who came up with the idea?
That was all me.
It's all you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it all kind of was very organic. It started with my company, Corey's Angels.
Yes.
Which basically I created to focus on helping young, beautiful women achieve their goals or realize their dreams.
Sure.
Via, having the freedom to not have to live within the barricades of modern society. Like normally, it's very difficult for girls to break out of the shell, especially if they're beautiful,
Sure.
and focus on their art because the pressures of modern society are, if you're pretty, you go and you either become a model or you become a waitress or you become a shop girl,
Sure.
or, that kind of stuff. That's what you do.
Promo chick.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like to convince them, like, no, don't take the easy way out. You can actually work for it, and you can like gain something. You can earn your goals. You can make your dreams happen.
Sure.
But you have to turn down that easy money. You have to turn down those quick offers, and you have to really dig in and embrace
test yourself
it.
almost,
Yeah. That's it. So it's a long-term commitment. really,
Sure.
To do it. But,
Sure.
these girls are all very talented. They've all done quite a good job. Great for themselves.
They've got a great guy to talk to. I mean, you're fantastic. You're welcome. Thank you. Let's talk about your double album.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, what I found amazing was like one was rock and roll, and the other was kind of like funkadelic.
Right.
Was that a choice? Because I mean, I don't know any. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
That's why it's rockadelic and funkadelic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. And you had like a ton of players. I mean, like some real big names.
Of course, everybody's on the album. We have Snoop Dogg,
Right.
Doc Ice,
Mariah, I think.
Not Mariah. No, God, I wish I had.
I thought she was on there.
No. Fred Durst.
Fred Durst was on there.
Kaya Jones
Yes.
from Pussycat Dolls. Who else?
I'm trying to think. You had a list.
John
Yeah.
Karen, Scotty Page from Pink Floyd.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a great cast. Of
It's
amazing
great stuff. Now was that the solo stuff, or was that from the other band?
No, it's all solo stuff.
It's all solo stuff.
But the angels just kind of tie into it. Like we have, angels that help throughout. So there's a few angels on the different tracks. Like Courtney's on some tracks.
Right.
On this track. But then there's also like a girl who was an angel while we were recording that was a cello player. So we put her on her. There's another girl that was an artist, and we put some of her art into it. So it's like angels all throughout making it.
Sure. I mean, it's very intense. Now, I mean, I know I'm kind of getting a sign here. I don't want to tap into too much about acting because I know that we were talking really about the music.
It's a separate.
It's a separate, exactly, and I'm going to respect that. I'm going to respect that. I overheard you say something. If you could do a part 2 of any of your films, what would it be?
Right.
Yeah, is that H2O? Or is it?
It would be Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
yeah.
But an H2O type version.
Yeah.
It would be my character growing up and fighting Jason for the first time since he was a kid.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
wouldn't
it'd be really cool.
It'd be awesome.
we need, you know, the production company or the powers that be to understand the power of that.
Of course. And this tour, let's wrap this up. How many more days are you on the road? It's been a long trip already, hasn't it?
It's been a long trip. We've been out for about a month and a half this run. We just finished a 3-week run before that.
Right.
So by this point, we've done about 40, 42 shows, and I think we've got about another 10 or 12 to go.
I don't know how you do it.
And then, after that's done, then we'll take a few weeks off, a month and a half off, then we go back out, I think, for another run.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap up America for the time being, and then we'll go international. So we'll start going country to country to country, all the way around for the next year or so, and then we'll finally do like a victory lap back in America.
Back in America. Right on, man. If you want to throw out any social media, man, for us, I know you're all over the place.
Well, sure. We're at Twitter is at Corey_Feldman.
Right.
Facebook is Corey Feldman 2. So you put in facebook.com/Corey Feldman 2.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Got it.
And Instagram is CDOG, CDOGG.
Yeah.
22. Just like Snoop Dogg with CDOG 22.
That's awesome.
And then you've got at Corey's Angels, you've got Corey's Angels Twitter, Corey's Angels Instagram, Corey's Angels Facebook. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll have this all flashing up on the screen.
Oh yes, and of course angelictothecore.com, CoreyFeldman.net. Be there and live it.
I told you he's got a ton of them. He's got a ton of them. And I can't thank you enough for your time. I know you're exhausted, dude. You were great. Your angels are beautiful. You're beautiful. We had a blast with you tonight, man. It was so much fun. And if you don't mind, I'm going to pass the mic to you.
Okay.
And if you can look right in the camera, and you can say your name and that you're watching Click on This.
Okay. Hi, this is Corey Feldman, and you're watching Click on This.
My man. It's fantastic.